Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of What Do You Call It podcast. I'm your host, GB. It's good to be back. I've been off for a while, and what a better way to come back with the Indian sensation, Impact Wrestling Zone, Bhupinder Gujjar. How you doing today, sir? You okay?
I'm doing great, George. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Can't complain. World Cup's on, wrestling's at its peak as well. So, it's really great, to have all this stuff in my life and to be able to speak to you on a Wednesday evening, Tuesday evening. But no, it's good to have you on. But you've had one hell of a year in Impact Wrestling, I must say, including eliminating Matt Cardona at Bound for Glory, challenging for the Digital Impact media title, and making a name for yourself in the Impact Zone. What I want to speak to you about is going toe to toe recently with the former Impact World Champion Moose. I know you was unlucky, but how was that experience for you to be challenging a former world champion so early in your career?
George, that was one of the biggest opportunity I get in my life,
Hmm.
and I'm grateful and thankful for that opportunity. And I think that match had taught me a lot. Like I have learned a lot from that match,
Yeah,
and now I know, like in future, if I have to wrestle Moose or any other big guy, like what to expect
yeah,
and how to move and what my move should be. But as a psychology wise, the overall, I didn't lose that match. I have won because I have learned a lot from that match.
yeah. No, I understand that. I understand that. It was a great effort as well. And for you to be doing that so early on, you're learning from it as well. And then, if you get the opportunity, like you said, you know,
Yeah.
you will get the victory, which I know you will. Um, as Impact Wrestling is one of the leaders in pro wrestling content in the Indian market, I want to rewind the clocks and I want to ask, how did you get the initial call to be a part of Impact's roster?
George, when I started my career, uh, I did my some basic training pro wrestling back home. And
Mhm.
2017 December, I moved to Canada, and I was into different sports for over 11 years, you can say, like 10 or 11 years. And so I was pretty athletic. I
Yeah.
have done boxing and kickboxing, but I wanted to do pro wrestling. So I moved here for my studies and for pro wrestling 2017 December. And Scott Demore is the first guy
Mm.
who helped me, to get into his school as a trainee. And Scott gave me the opportunity to learn from him. So he's my mentor,
Mhm.
and I'm sitting here, talking to you guys just because of him. Because I think I had the talent, but he gave me the opportunity to show you guys, what I
Mm.
got, and he trained me, and I was super new here, so he never, asked me for anything. He was like, Bhupinder, if you want to do it, you can just come at my school and you can just train.
Yeah.
And he personally helped me a lot in learning wrestling, the psychology and everything. So I think I'm grateful, and that I get a chance to learn uh, from from one of the successful pro wrestler in the business called
Mm.
Demore.
He does have a really good reputation. I remember him like back in the early days of Impact and Team Canada, but then you hear about how helpful he is and backstage, and just to hear from you how helpful he's been in your career and to give you
Yeah,
such guidance, it's quite rewarding as well just to know that he's one of
yeah.
the key figures of Impact as we know
Not
today.
yeah, not only me. Like there's so many other wrestlers. He always
Hmm.
ready to help people. So he's a great guy, no doubt.
Who in Impact as well have you gone to for advice? Someone that you sort of tapped on the shoulder after one of your matches, or just initial advice or training that you would like to have.
Excuse me. So Tommy Dreamer
Hmm.
is like, when I had anything I need to ask anything, I just go to Tommy Dreamer, and he's always there to help me out. You
Yeah.
know, there's so many times when he personally texted me and say, "Hey, watch this. Hey, you need to work on this." So um, he's a great guy. He always there to help me. Lance Storm is there. He's always sending me, an email, and he's always ready to help me whenever he see like I need to work on something.
Mm.
He's always there. So pretty much everybody's to open, like it's a great learning school, great learning tree. You can just go and you can grab anyone.
Hmm.
People are so nice back there. You can just go and ask whatever you want to ask, whatever you want to learn. They're ready to do there. And we have guys like Alex Shelley,
Mm.
so much experience in pro wrestling, and you can just go and ask them. They're ready to help. But for as a psychology wise, and like I'm more open with Tommy Dreamer,
Hmm.
so he's
Yeah.
always there to help.
Someone that's been in the business for nearly 30 years now, as we approach it, and to get that experience from the hardcore icon, I can imagine that being quite beneficial to you as well in your career.
Yeah.
It was recently announced that Impact Wrestling had signed an agreement with DAZN. I'd like to hear from you, someone that is on the roster. What does that mean for Impact Wrestling and its fan base?
Wrestling is like now with the zone means like it's big deal for everyone
Hmm.
because now people can watch more and more us because we are putting our hell of efforts to give a best show, and after getting a chance to work with the zone, now we know like it's easy to access and it's easy to watch, and you know uh, it's we are very grateful,
Hmm.
and that I'm personally very grateful that I'm representing, you know, India and Canada on Impact Wrestling, and now we have our own shows for India, and now we have our
Mm.
own
Oh yeah,
shows for
weekly show, don't you? With on Eurosport India. I
yeah,
will talk to
Eurosport.
you about that. Yeah,
Yeah, we have own shows for India, as I said, and
yeah.
we have the now the whole show is going to be on the zone.
Hmm.
So Impact, every day we have getting good news is like here and there, and especially this one is like one of the biggest news because the zone is like one of
Mm.
the biggest platform for any sport,
Mm.
and
Like over 100 countries, like it's mind blowing.
it's over 170 countries,
Yeah.
so you can imagine.
Yeah, no, I think it's a big deal. When I received the press packet for it, I was just really excited for Impact and just knew eyes are going to be open to the product, and it's just
Yeah,
just going to create more fan base, and and I'm glad
yeah,
that's going to be more opportunities for you guys as well.
for
One
sure.
moment match I will say that stood out to me in your career in your first year in Impact mainly was Brian Myers a few months ago in a ladder match, and it was a brilliant match, epic match for the digital media
Thank
title.
you.
So I know you didn't win, sadly, but for someone who'd never wrestled a ladder match, got busted open in the match, I just got to say, like, I want to hear from you. Like, how was the match itself? How did you feel going into the match, knowing that you had to climb the ladder to to grab your opportunity in your belt?
Yeah, that match has like very special heart in my life, in
Hmm.
my in my heart, because that match is like I never had a ladder match before,
Yeah,
and I wasn't expecting, and I was kind of nervous because when you hear from seniors, hey, careful with this ladder match, and I was like, oh,
yeah,
if they are telling me to be careful, like it's something dangerous, and it happened, like
yeah.
I had broken nose from that match.
Mm,
But when I saw like blood coming out, and at that time I realized like, okay, what could happen now? Like it's okay, and I don't want to quit. I have to,
mm.
just keep my
It kind of like added to the match, didn't it? In my opinion, anyway.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, actually. And for some reason, I didn't put my hands up, and the ladder was straight on my nose. And after
Mm.
that, like for a couple of seconds, everything was black out for me, and I was like, holy,
You're
what I'm
still in the
doing and
impact
where I
zone,
am.
like
What's going on? Like,
yeah.
am I on my bed sleeping or what's going on? But it took me a couple of seconds to get back into that zone.
Yeah,
But it really, it pushed me to the next level.
yeah.
And then I was like, now I have to, keep pushing. I have to complete this match. So that was a great match. Even that
Mm,
was complete. Bhupinder Gujjar was there on that day. Like I
yeah.
wasn't nervous. I was just about want to give my best. So
For
yeah,
me, it was like a
I
star-making
was almost there.
performance,
Yeah,
almost.
I
But
was
I mean,
almost
like you
there.
will get another opportunity. But I mean, if someone tells you now you've got to do another ladder match, are you going to be more open-minded to it now? You'd be like, yeah, I'm up for this. Just make sure I get my hand up.
Yes. I love to do that match again
Yeah,
if I get a chance.
nice, nice. And for a for someone that was actually related to this match, Matt Cardona, how was it like chucking him out at Bound for Glory in the Battle Royal?
Oh, felt great.
I just had to squeeze it in just to rub it in.
Yeah, feels great because you know, like I wanted to do something crazy, but
Mm,
unfortunately we didn't get enough time to do some stuff. But you know, it doesn't
mm.
even matter. It's all about performance, and I had some small segment with Matt Cardona,
Yes.
so I try to do what I can do.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool. Just a few more questions, and I'll let you enjoy the rest of your day, mate. You was recently quoted saying that you want to be the first Indian Impact World Champion. Now, I want to know, going into 2023, what other goals do you have in mind? Is there any specific wrestlers that you would like to wrestle on the main, like next year, to challenge yourself, even like tag teams or even different genders?
Um, George, I'm ready for basically for anything. Like it's
Yeah.
I don't mind having a tag matches. I
Hmm.
don't mind having single matches. But first I want to wrestle Eddie Edwards, Josh Alexander, or Rich Swann, and we have so much talent in Impact Wrestling,
Hmm.
and still I didn't get a chance to work with some of them. So my main goal is definitely to be the first Indian to win the Impact, world title.
Yeah.
And but if I have to go through, like if I have to win digital media championship, or again if I have to go for
Next division. Yeah.
X division, then why not? I'm ready to do it. My wrestling style is brawler,
Mm.
plus I can
I
do
have noticed
X
that like
division
it's
stuff.
a mix of everything really.
It's
Like you do
it's it's a
spears
mix of
and it's
everything,
a very good
and
offense, but very good defense, and just very versatile
yeah,
in like how you wrestle.
yes. So I'm ready for anything basically. X division is because I had a taste of gold now, so
Hmm.
now I'm gonna chase, whatever coming in my way. Like it's X Division, you never know.
Mm. I hopefully, if I get the opportunity to speak to you next year, same time, there'll be gold on either side of that chair.
For sure. I hope that it's gonna happen.
I think it will, mate. I think it will. One last question. It's just because a little birdie told me this. Apparently, you are really a big fan of Joe Hendry's theme song, and you can sing it. Is this true?
It's I can the vibe is there, but there is something I can't sing. This is just it's I'm still learning,
What bits do you
but
know of it? What bits do you know of it? Like I'm trying to let myself, but it's so catchy, isn't it? I believe in Joe
I
Hendry.
just love this line. I it gets stuck in my mind whenever I go out there. I was just, getting ready and I was like, I believe Joe Henry.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Well, hope you all the best. Thank you for your time because I know your time can be limited, especially with what's going on with Impact as well, and that you're busy. But I wish you the best in next year and just in general. But it's been a pleasure talking to you. But for everyone that has listened to this episode, thank you. There'll be more episodes come out soon. But now, if you keep an eye on my man here, the Indian sensation,
Thank
Bhupinder
you.
Gujjar, that'd
Thank
be
you
awesome.
so much, George. Thank you so much,
No
guys.
worries.
And
Hello there. I've got a special announcement for my next guest.
Hi there, I'm Pod. You're listening to What You Call It podcast, and I got that dog in.
Yeah, I heard from that dog.